ein Scharfschütze!
Zurückfallen! Zurückfallen!
Almost there! Stay sharp!
Ich kann nicht sehen! On me! Come on, let's go! We've got a lot of enemies moving in! Enemy nearby. Use caution. This way! Shit! We're outnumbered! Oh no! Got a lot of enemies moving in!
Wir brauchen euch Jungs hier draußen!
Stay tight. We lost the element of surprise.
Scheiße, ich zieh mich zurück!
Move, move, move!
they come! Scheiße, ich zieh mich zurück! Forward!
So there we are. We have 37 minutes left on the clock, and here we are. Okay, have you enjoyed the trees? Okay, now they're going away. Oh man. All right. So we have just finally managed to kill this asshole with the submachine gun right there. Okay, this guy has accounted for at least 5 of my fucking dudes. And I had to flush him out by having like 3 squads fucking area fire right here into the ground. And finally we took him out. And I know he's the last one over here, although there's probably like a surrendering guy because I still have a contact marker. But I know he was the last guy capable of operating resistance, because as soon as he died, all of these guys over here turned into white flags and they all surrendered. So the battle for this house in the corner of the town is now over. Finally, it's been a bit of a headache, a bit of a nightmare. I mean, we took out pretty much a whole squad right here as they evacuated from the hedgerow and retreated back into the house. There's probably, I don't know, like 10 guys in the house. There's a couple more back here. There was another whole squad over here, including these guys. I didn't even notice these guys. And it's been a nightmare clearing them out, but we basically accounted, I think, for a whole platoon. We have a headquarters unit right here, and I would say that this is probably 1 squad, 2 squad, 3 squad, and say machine gun team. Sounds about right for a whole platoon. So we took out a whole platoon. I didn't lose a whole platoon in exchange, although first platoon, Easy Company, is rather beat up. They're busy. I'm trying to get them to medic up some of their casualties. We're going to be working on that a little bit. I've got engineers coming up right here. I had to give them a pause command real quick so we could shoot at this guy a little bit more before they came through, because it's a rather dangerous move trying to go this way. And I'm like, you know what? I know there's 1 guy left. So I just had area fire over here. I had them on pause, and I had these guys on pause sitting right here. And as soon as the area fire let up, they jumped over the fence, came over here, and I mean, they didn't kill him, but they observed his dead body, as it were. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move out. We're going to exploit this position, and I need to put a breach in this hedgerow right here, and then that's going to allow the remainder of first platoon, whatever's left, to get down through this field, and we're going to hook down this road over here, and we're going to get into this kind of compound back here from behind. Because the whole idea, remember, if you remember the briefing, it's been like months since I've read that thing now. The enemy's going to try to retreat, and any units that get off the map are going to be seen in the next battle. So what I need to do is I need to get eyeballs back here. And that's easier said than done, because this building right here is really the only thing that can see down here. But we have a couple of trees in the way, but basically this 3-story building right here is the key to the entire map, because it can see this entire back area over here, and it commands this entire back area over here, and it can also see from the 3rd floor. It should be able to see over the hedge and into this field here. So this 3-story building is a piece of key terrain that I need to secure. So while first platoon is hooking down to secure this compound and keep this area clean, second platoon, whatever's left of it, where are they? They've taken so many casualties. Second platoon's all mixed in with first platoon, but we're going to separate them out, and they're going to move down in front of this tall wall over here, and then down and try to jump into this building. But that's conditional. Okay, that's conditional, because what has also happened, aside from the battle for this little house over here, is, see, it's a lot easier if you turn them off. You can see what you're doing. I managed to get my sneaky team advanced down here into this building right here in the corner. I've got a couple more guys over here, mortar ammo bearers with carbines. I mean, why not? I'm just going to put them in this house right here, and that gives us a foothold in this little U-shaped chateau or whatever here. I do know that there's an enemy machine gun down here in this hedgerow because it's been firing at my weapons teams up here, causing a few casualties, including killing the commander of the engineer platoon, sadly. So as soon as I can, I need to get guns and ammo into this building right here so they can see down. But as you can see, the scenario designer has very cunningly placed a small shed right here, which screens this machine gun team from fire coming from this side. You know, scenario designers, you think I don't know your tricks, but I know your tricks. You know, what happens is they put a machine gun team here. They're like, oh yeah, that machine gun will just dominate this open space. Now, where are they vulnerable? Ah, they're vulnerable from the left because this hedgerow is open. I know, I'll put a shed right there and that will cover them. See, they built the map around the forces, and that's how you determine these things. Whether they built the map and then placed the forces, or whether they placed the forces and then built the map around them. I know your tricks. I know you tricks. You can't fool me. So, one other niggling concern over here is this guy. He's got his hands up and he's in the surrender posture, but for some reason he hasn't disappeared into a white flag, which leads me to believe, and I'm fairly certain this bunker is empty. Yeah, that bunker is empty. I've already confirmed it several times. So what that leads me to believe is that this little copse right here, is that the right word for it, copse? I don't know. Anyway, this thing is densely packed with trees and it's very difficult to see into. And I do know that there were some enemy units in here because I dropped some mortar rounds on, which resulted in some casualties. You can't really see the impact spots. Although, maybe that's what that is. I don't know. It's like a little rock texture, and I don't think I've ever seen that before. Huh, that's weird. Or, no, maybe they're just objects. I don't know. Anyway, there was an enemy team right here. I dropped some mortar rounds on, but I never actually confirmed that they were all dead. So I've got let's see, an ad hoc, there we go. It's a medium mortar team. They've run out of 81mm HE rounds, so I'm just using them as medics, and we're policing up the battlefield in the rear here. Speaking of which, there's a dead body over there I need to go get. So you, HQ team, you're going to get over here and you're going to take care of that. So these guys are going to come over here. They're going to face inwards like that. And this engineer team is going to run down here, and then they're going to jump over here and face inwards like that. And they're just going to take a look. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pause them for 45 seconds or a minute or whatever. And then they're just going to come down here, and they're going to run in here just to see what's going on. All right. We're going to confirm bodies and make sure that that unit is completely dead. We're going to leave Mortarman Edison over here to guard the prisoner. It might be easier if you face in his direction, though. There you go. Okay, so what you saw earlier with the engineer team right here is we finally knocked out this bunker right here, taking out the last guy in it, who's been stubbornly manning the machine gun despite multiple direct hits on top of this thing by 107mm mortars, and also 81mm mortars and 60mm mortars. And we finally managed to knock him out with a hand grenade, which suppressed it, and then there was also a bazooka shot from further back that hit it, penetrated, and killed the guy. So that's dead. And now that that's dead, like a cork being removed or forcibly ejected from a bottle, Captain Williamson here has not to do but wave his arm and say, "Let's go, Dog Company," and off they go. We've got the balance of the 1st Platoon Dog Company. They're lining up all along this hedgerow here. Then they're going to jump forward and advance to the wire, and then they're going to run up and they're going to man this trench line up here. We have the weapons platoon, most of the weapons platoon and a couple elements of engineers. They are all hooking to the left. They're going to line up on this hedge, then they're going to run up here to this hedge, then they're going to run up here to this hedge, blast a gap through here, and they're going to come charging down across this field, blast a gap through this hedge, charge down here. As far as I know, there are a couple of enemy teams, but they're like shattered survivors of the artillery barrage that landed over here, and they ran back through the hedge. We've taken some scattered fire, but it's mostly just from this HMG team down here. So I don't think they'll put up much of a fight. And this, as you remember, is my tertiary, was it the tertiary plan? To come down here and gain entrance to the back of the map off this way. If I have to, you notice there's bunker signs there and there. If I have to, this avenue of approach down here will allow me to get down into the rear of the map, come through this kind of bushy, orchardy kind of place over here, and we can take out these bunkers from behind. So we're probably going to have to do that at some point anyway, but that's basically their plan, and we have the entirety of a weapons platoon and an engineer platoon to do it. So that leaves, who are these guys? That leaves 1st Platoon. They are jumping up on this line, and they're going to take over the general advance down this side of the map. If I can neutralize that HMG team right there, then they'll be clear to advance all the way up to this hedgerow, although we probably won't dig into it given the fact that there's bunkers there and bunkers there. It's going to be dangerous in this area. This right here is a pretty big danger area. So, to address that concern, 2nd Platoon is going to make like a rabbit. They're going to run right over here to the paved road where they can move the absolute fastest they can. And then they're just going to run right down the paved road all the way to the maximum extent of the cleared area, which is right here at this house. So they're going to provide all the guns and ammo and bodies that I need to finish taking these buildings and do that. That's why I said that this platoon over here, it was a conditional job for them to try to take this house. If it's too dangerous, we're just going to wait for that other platoon to come up here and they're going to handle it. All right. I mean, Easy Company's job in total is over. Like they've accomplished their objective. It cost them quite a bit, but they accomplished their objective. They cleared out the bunkers. They advanced down here, clearing out the defensive line, and then they assigned their weapons platoon. Was that weapons platoon? No, that was the engineer platoon and a couple of weapons teams from Easy Company. Came down here and demolished the enemy defenses here, allowing Dog Company to advance. That was the essence of my plan, and so far it's going well. I mean, it's cost, but we're making it. But the reason I'm willing to spend more casualties, at least in this battle, is I'm fairly certain this is the last time we're going to see Easy Company and Dog Company of the glider infantry. I mean, I don't know what the next battle is, but we're on the kind of lower track of the campaign. I have to win this battle to stay in the campaign, so I need to spend some casualties to ensure victory. Normally I wouldn't want to do that, but this time the situation warrants it. So, you know, I'm sorry, Pixel troops, but you're going to have to take some casualties before this is over. But as I said, I think the rest of it is just going to be a big mop-up effort. We seem to have broken the spine of the enemy defense. We've got enemies just surrendering all over the place. I'm pretty sure their global morale level is pretty low. The only reason they're still rather stiff over here is because of these two bunkers. And as I said, I have a plan to address the situation. My 81mm mortars were dropping on a linear barrage up and down these buildings, all like just harassing fire for almost like 30 minutes, really. So I don't think there's any enemies in here. The fact I was able to just walk in here, jump into this building, and nobody noticed or cared leads me to believe that this entire U-shaped building here is unoccupied. And if this one's unoccupied, this one might be too. Because we landed several rounds right here in the courtyard, and I know we got many direct hits on these buildings, and a lot of splash would have happened from all these impacts just marching up and down this row of buildings. And usually when you put the enemy under mortar fire like that, they usually don't stay put. They try to get out from under it. I think... Oh, there's my lunchtime alarm. I have the day off today, so, you know, that's why I'm here doing this. I think that's why we ran into a whole platoon over here, is because they... You know, these guys were probably down here in the buildings, and they're like, oh, no, we're under fire, so they moved to the side. I mean, I'm speculating at this point, but, you know, we don't know. So, in the end, I've got 37 minutes left on the clock. It's basically just a big mop-up operation now, and the critical part is to get eyeballs on the back of the map to ensure no enemy forces are able to escape. And other than that, we're going to pick it up. I don't think we'll have time for another briefing before the end. And one thing to note is that... Let me check the briefing again. T plus 40, I get 4x Stuart light tanks. No. We started at 1805. It is now 1913. It's been well over an hour since we started this battle, and those tanks never showed up. So, to the tank commander, go fuck yourself. You cost me a lot of time, energy, and problems that would have been solved if you had just showed up on time. Anyway, I'm General Jack Ripper, signing off. We'll see you next time. Okay, bye.